You asked for me. Here I am.
Brave New World's been out for a while now. Did it really get anyone excited for the Avengers or just the MCU in general? I don't know anyone who is talking about it. I don't know anyone who has even watched the movie, aside from people who've talked about it online. It feels like a lot of people just skipped this one. I thought the movie was pretty mid and didn't really do anything. It did try to move the needle by having a mention of reforming the Avengers, but that's really all it did. It didn't really get any other reaction out of me, and I wasn't really expecting much going into it. I was kind of just expecting some sort of setup for the Avengers, because Sam Wilson is the guy right now. He's the Captain America right now. He didn't make any calls to Hawkeye or Ant-Man. We just got a quick little offhand comment by the president about reforming the Avengers. That's really all we got, just a mention. Avengers Doomsday comes out next year. And with the reveal of Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, this movie is gonna be really big. If it wasn't already big before, it's a freaking Avengers movie. It's big by default. And on top of that, you have Dr. Doom, which I don't know much about comics. I don't really read comics. I guess I'm a filthy casual when it comes to that stuff. I more enjoy the movies here and there. But even I know that Dr. Doom is a huge character. I hear about him all the time. I see him in games. I see him constantly being talked about, whether it's in forums or from other people doing YouTube. And so you have this big character, this big movie that requires a lot of setup. With time running out because this movie's coming out next year, if you think about it, the less setup they do, the more pressure that the Fantastic Four will take on now that they have to set something up because this movie is just around the corner. And we don't want this for the Fantastic Four because, we've seen the past iterations of this franchise and they've been more or less flops. This new Fantastic Four deserves a fair chance. So with this lack of setup and increasing pressure on the Fantastic Four, what can the MCU do with such little time? Actually, they can go the route of the first Avengers movie and set things up as they go. The problem is, there's way more characters now than before, so it's gonna take a lot more time to fit them in along with whatever plot unfolds. Or, the other thing they could do is have Doomsday be a setup movie where they can take a handful of characters and build from there and have Doomsday and Secret Wars be two parts of one larger narrative. It'll be kind of like Infinity War and Endgame. Even the movie schedules line up because in the Infinity Saga, you had Infinity War and then Ant-Man and then Captain Marvel and then Endgame. And then this time around, we have Doomsday and then a Spider-Man movie in between and then Secret Wars. So this is really the only route I can see it going. But that begs another question. Is Robert Downey Jr. gonna return for Secret Wars? What is the MCU gonna do with this iteration of Doctor Doom? But if I could be TBH real quick, if I could be TBH for just one moment real quick, Robert Downey Jr. getting announced as Doctor Doom is kinda weird. Like this was some sort of last-ditch effort to revitalize any interest in the MCU or the Avengers movie. Also, Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man is gonna go down as one of the greatest MCU characters of all time, and to see him as something else, it just feels off. Also, they probably paid Robert Downey Jr. a ton of money to be in the MCU again, so I don't know if he's gonna be in Secret Wars because that'd mean they'd have to pay him more, but whatever, I don't really like talking about the contract side of stuff. I don't care. We'll have to see Doomsday to see where they take Robert Downey Jr.'s iteration of Doctor Doom. And of all the people planning to watch Avengers Doomsday, how many do you think watched these past few movies or even the shows? Did anyone watch Echo? I don't think there's many people that want to watch all these shows or movies just to get a small glimpse or a small tie-in to the overarching story and characters, especially if they're not good nor interesting, or if they only set up sequels to their own franchise, or if they're standalone. All these extra franchises just serve to flood the market with quantity, which leaves them feeling less quality. I hear people throw around the words superhero fatigue, and it's just not true. You know what people are actually fatigued about? Shitty or uninteresting superhero movies. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was regarded by some as the best in the trilogy. Deadpool and Wolverine made bank. Dude, DC's launching a new universe starting with Superman, and that trailer has a crap ton of views and the movie's not even out yet. There's so much interest in superheroes still, and it's cause if you think about it, it's like a modern mythology. Something like Greek mythology has been around for thousands of years, and games and shows and movies keep getting made around it because it's interesting and these properties are good. Ever hear anyone say Greek mythology fatigue or Chinese mythology fatigue? Hell no. Shit, even Thor, a character from the MCU, is from Norse mythology. So I don't think there's superhero fatigue. What everyone's actually fatigued about are shows and movies that are mid. And there's a saying, if you build it, they will come. If Marvel makes good movies, people will come and watch, and the interest in other MCU franchises will grow. I don't want to watch Ironheart or The Marvels or Agatha All Along, which is actually a shame because all the people I know who've watched Agatha All Along have nothing but good things to say about that show. But all the stuff leading up to it left me with zero interest in giving it a shot. And lots of people probably feel the same way with Moon Knight or even Daredevil. I haven't seen them, but I've heard nothing but good things about them. Marvel is running out of time here. They have to do more to plant seeds leading up to the next Avengers movie. We've already had years worth of MCU franchises that were standalone and didn't set up a larger overarching story. The next shows or movies they make have to feel like they matter in the grand scheme. Otherwise, Thunderbolts and even Fantastic Four will buckle under the pressure they're being put under. Shit, one of the only reasons I'm gonna watch Thunderbolts is cause Doomsday is coming out next year, and they just have to do something with this movie. That and cause Bucky is one of my favorite characters in all of the MCU. And I'm not even asking for much. Like I said, just have something small, like, I don't know, Bucky's trying to be a diplomat now. Maybe have him call Shuri while she's in Wakanda and ask if she'd be interested in joining the Avengers. And she could say, there's no rush right now. My nation's wrapped up in the whole adamantium discovery mess in the Indian Ocean. Maybe if things go crazy, I'll join. And that's it, just plant the seed. That's all we need, just a little bit of setup. We gotta see the Avengers interacting with each other. We need to see activity. We need to see some buzzing happening, not just an offhand line about reforming the Avengers. All that being said, I'm still excited for Thunderbolts simply because of Bucky, and also Marvel has to move the needle here. And I'm excited for Fantastic Four because, well, with other iterations of Fantastic Four being not so great, surely this one will be good, right? I will say the trailer for the Fantastic Four looks really good, and I'm not a fan of the Fantastic Four in general. I honestly think they're pretty boring, but hey, maybe this new Fantastic Four will change my mind. I'm a huge fan of Pedro Pascal, and Ebon Moss was great in The Bear, and I think it could be a pretty good thing. It'll be interesting to see what direction these two movies go, because after that, that's it. Avengers Doomsday is the next movie, but we'll have to see. Anyway, if you liked the video, make your own choices. Take care.